fiber. It clothes us, protects us, and keeps us warm. From fashion to furniture, linens to leather seats, fibers are interwoven into the very fabric of our lives. But did you ever wonder where all of your clothing and accessories come from, or where they'll go when you're done with them? Well, to understand that, we're going to have to dig a little deeper. For most of human history, it was pretty soil to skin, whether directly through plants or indirectly through animals. Our protection from the elements all came from soil. And at the end of our use, it all went back to soil. As we began cultivating crops and livestock, we often grew fiber crops in rotation with food crops, or on less fertile soils, grazing animals on rocky or shallow soils unsuitable for crops. Plants were harvested for their more breathable, cellulosic fibers, while the skin, fur, and hair of animals were used for their more durable, protein fibers. Thread-like fibers were spun into yarn and woven into fabrics, while animal skins were tanned and turned into leather. For thousands of years, people simply draped unsewn fabric across their bodies and called it clothing. But in the 14th century, stitching and sewing took off, and fashion was born. Supply remained low until the Industrial Revolution, when advances in technology drove the shift from household to mass production. In 1938, when synthetic fibers were produced from petroleum, prices dropped and supply and demand skyrocketed, setting the stage for today's fast fashion trends. We now produce over 150 billion new fashion items annually, 80% of which ends up in landfills, and nearly 2/3 of which are made of synthetic fibers, which, unlike natural fibers, can take hundreds of years to break down. While synthetic fibers provide unique functions like water repellency, fire retardants, and stain, wrinkle, and microbial resistance, fashion is now the second largest polluter in the world, recognized as the leading producer of global wastewater and responsible for 10% of global emissions. And with each load of laundry, microscopic pieces of plastic wash down the drains, building up in our soil, our water, our fish, and ourselves. With the industry expected to triple by 2050, we're beginning to see a resurgence in demand for natural fibers and the growth of local fiber systems, as well as leading brands promoting soil health in their supply chains. While we likely can't grow enough natural fibers to meet current demand, we can shop secondhand, rent online, and support companies that offer mending and repair services. Scientists and industry are even inventing new ways to create functional clothes by teaming with biology, skipping the soil and going straight for the soil microbes to grow fibers and even dyes in the lab. With common yeast and sugar, companies are replicating spider silk in beer tanks, growing dresses out of kombucha, and producing as much leather in 2 weeks on recycled waste with fungi as 2 years of cow growth. Just think of it as a new spin on fast fashion. Click the link below to get involved.